Welcome to Baat Pachisi. On Baat Pachisi, we are trying to discuss what is this panga about electoral bonds. Simply put, without going into the formidable technicalities which are none, which are very simple, I want my vote to be private. I don't want to make it public, and at the same time, if I want to donate 1,000 rupees, which is the lowest minimum possible under electoral bond, or someone wants to donate 1 crore rupees, which is the limit, so he has that right. And how these left-wing leaders like Prashantbhushan and all those believe in any democratic right and information? Basically, they don't, because they are there for the dictatorship. And I want the confidentiality, and there was a clause, there was a change that the bank will keep this thing anonymous for the simple reason. And now let us see how many lakhs of crores of electoral bond funding has been done. When the government of India and the state government are making schemes, making projects of thousands of crores across the nation and lakhs of crores sometimes. So how much lakhs of crores of political donation have accrued to the main political parties who are there in the Indian political space? And India is a unique country where the numbers of political parties are mind-boggling. They are few hundred. In every state there are dozens of parties, and if you can, there are hundreds of parties. What kind of a mess is this? And this has been deliberately created by the political class and their advisors and their associates and also the henchmen. So, since I have a privacy to my vote, my single vote, and everybody, so if I want, I am living in a state ruled by party A. But for some whatever reason, I want to donate 1,000 rupees to party B, which I like to replace the party A, and I will go to State Bank of India's designated branch on a designated day and buy an electoral bond of 1,000 rupees. But I don't want the party A, which is ruling the state or country, to know that I am donating 1,000 rupees to party B or party C or party D. Because if this is known, I might get into difficulties with their henchmen, with their political goons. So Mr. Prashantbhushan, who is a communist, Marxist communist who has done nothing positive in his life except making noises and silly makes, and he has been beaten up by some youngsters. I am not encouraging or supporting that kind of violent action. Everybody must have a freedom of speech, but the freedom of speech has a certain limit, certain decency, and it must be under the framework of the constitution, Samvidhan. In India, the people like Prashantbhushan talk of Samvidhan. So in that Samvidhan, Kashmir is integral part of India, but Mr. Prashantbhushan, Srimati Arundhati Roy and so many others, Nisha Asha Kaul and so many, they don't believe that Kashmir belongs to India, neither they believe that anything bad happened to Hindus or Pandit of Kashmir. So that's a different discussion. But now coming to the focal point of this electoral bond issue. So when it was formulated, the bank was told not to keep the track. Okay, I can go and I will transfer the money from my account to SBI designated bank to buy at 1,000 rupees electoral bond. That information will be available, and I will be issued that bond, and I will take that 1000 rupees bond. Somebody would a few lakh rupees, some might go for crore rupees, and go to a political party office or a person known, and he will say that okay, this is my donation to the party, you must keep it up, you must fight party A because they are not doing the right thing. So what will happen? So I have bought the bond of 1000 rupees denomination, somebody has of 1 crore or few lakhs, but where it is being going is not recorded. So there is an anonymity clause built into this. And now this public information, what is the public information? How much money is being collected? The money total collected under this scheme is not big. It is very, very small. How much? 9,200 crores in 3-4 years, 2018, 19, 20, 21, 22, 21, 22 were COVID year. So in 3 years only 9,200 crores have been distributed, donated by the politician. And what about the something before 2018 when the cash was being distributed into 20,000 rupees cash receipt? Who gave that money? Who had this information? And there was so many amnesty disclosure for income tax, black money, you can go and deposit black money of whatever amount, and there will be cut of 30% and 35%, and the money used to become white. That was government action to curtail the black money, bring into the legal circulation, so that those schemes were also kept confidential for for understandable reasons. So this donation is also must be private. Why should party A know that I donated 1000 rupees to party B or C or D? Because if that is known as per the political culture, prevailing political culture, what will happen? Something might happen to me. The political goons, do something to damage my reputation, my business, or threaten me or whatever, which is possible in democratic India, but we don't talk about that. We talk about rapes and violence or riots only in particular state. Other states, maybe the dozens people can die, so many can rape, but there is no hue and cry because the political culture of this country and basically the large part of media is secular. So they want to hide the information which is happening, but they want to only highlight the information or event and giving them a color in other states. So in this highly politicized environment, why should my vote be known that whom I voted for, and similarly my donation, whether it is 1000 rupees or 10,000 rupees or more, should also be kept private because that was the law. So now this meager amount of 9,200 is being talked about, and 57% of it going to one party, which is a winnable party, which is ruling India into center, and that is 57%. That means 5,270 crore has been gone to BJP. So the other people who have got the money, TMC has got around 1,000 crores, and also the Congress has got the 1,000 crores, and TMC maybe 800 or 900 crores. So they must disclose, but they can't, simply because those birds don't bear any donor's name, because that was the privacy. The State Bank of India cannot give, because it is totally impossible. And I don't know, I don't have a legal understanding and knowledge, but how the scheme, which is for basic my right, my privacy, whom to vote for, whom to donate money for, because if this is disclosed, I will be disadvantaged. I will maybe hunted down by the goons of that political party, and it is happening. It is unknown. It is not unknown, and in India there are hundreds of political parties. So the lakhs of crores of donations have not come. It is only meager amount of 9,000. So what is the whole the storm in the teacup? I mean, the amount is not being discussed, and the mechanism is not being discussed. And as a voter and as a donor, I want to keep my donation and my vote private. Period. Nobody can infringe, and that was promised to me. And the most important thing is the amount of donation given under this thing is not very large. So that means a large amount of cash is being used by the candidates and parties, and how honorable Supreme Court or anybody can calculate that. Can we? There may be some calculation about of that. What is the condition? What is the limits of the expenditure? That is not even, some people say, who have taken part in the election and taken care of the expenditure, they know that this is not even 5% of the actual expenditure. So 9,200 rupees of political donation by electoral bond doesn't mean a thing. That's period. This is my information, my privilege. It must be kept secret. Nobody should have a knowledge. So many people are the one party is getting maximum votes. So it is not. So that party which is getting the maximum votes will also get the maximum donations. So what is the secret about it? I hope you like this line of thought, which is very logical. It has no, we are not going into the technical or the legal formalities, but the rules are simple. It was simply put, this is the most common stand of a normal person, and not of the person who are politically aligned and they have certain kind of hatred building up towards one candidate or one party. So we hope you like this discussion, a line of thinking which is very logical and normal. So please help Baat Pachisi by subscribing and sharing the content with your friends and relatives. We'll be back with some interesting topic again. Thanks. Namaskar.